everyone and welcome to Anime-chan. Today I'm going to review Jujutsu Kaisen episode 17 and I really just wish I could upload my reaction highlights because I think that will speak for itself. I don't think my words will be able to do it justice. Was the episode perfect? Fucking very near perfect. The only thing I think that I could want from this episode was more of it. Like, I wish the next episode was also more of this. It feels like it was there and then now it's gone. Which makes me sad. But, let me quickly just summarize what happened. Maki was fighting the blue-haired girl, I forget her name. And the visuals were pretty insane. And she was commenting, the blue-haired girl was commenting on how strong Maki is. Even though Mai said that, oh, she's not strong. She can't even see curses. She made her sound like so... bleh. And then when she actually fought her, I was like, holy fuck, no way, this woman is strong. And in the end, we learned that Mai said she has... I don't know if she made it literally, but because she didn't have sorcerer powers, like she can't see curses and stuff, it's like her body is making up for it with insane strengths. But I don't think that's actually the case. I think that it seems to me that Maki has insane determination and she's trained herself to become this strong. Like, it's not like she was born with this strength as but I mean, we also learned in the last episode, because she called her like the mecha guy, so it might be that that's partially the case. But damn, it just seems to me like what she puts into, it's not something that just comes naturally. She's really trained hard to become this strong. So yeah, I really like this woman we met with the braid in front of her face. I don't know who she is, but in the 1 minute that we saw her, I think she's awesome and I want to learn more about her. This was the first episode during the fight with Nobara and the blonde witch girl. This was the first episode, 17 episodes in, where I felt like Nobara is awesome. Like, I didn't really like her before. It's not like I disliked her. There was, like, in the beginning, one scene where I didn't really like her attitude. But then it's just that one moment. Then she's, like, normal. I just didn't think about her a lot. But this episode, I realized, like, fuck, she's awesome. This was such a standout episode for her. Really, really loved her. Was a bit confused at first. Why was the blonde girl kept talking about Mai, like, but then someone reminded me in the last episode, Nobara said something about Mai, about her, how she was raised, but I liked what Nobara said about, you know, Maki has the same upbringing and, you know, she loves Maki, so to her it's not about, I don't know if I have the right wording. I need to freaking rewatch this episode. I rewatched this scene from where the blue, these things in the trees lit up. From there up until the midway point, I had to rewatch that because that was just really great. From what I got, Maki wanted to be the head of the family. The old guy says he would make Mai suffer. Maki didn't want her to get hurt, so she left the family, and maybe Mai's mad at Maki for giving up her goals to protect her, so she's... No, I don't think doesn't seem to be the case. It's like... I think she couldn't grow in the family there, so she gave up her name and left, and is trying to grow on her own, but her family is making it difficult for her because of her ambition. And I think he tried to, like, blackmail her by saying, I'm gonna make it difficult for Mai too. But if Maki could leave, Mai could leave. So to me, even that doesn't seem like they can only do so much to her while she stays there. At the end of the day, Maki knows that if Mai wants to leave like her, she could leave. But Mai doesn't want to because it's easier to stay with her family, I guess. Men har je net slaap? Ja?
Record je?
Ja. Hoe kom?
Nee,
Oké. Ja, ik moet nog 15 minuten. Okay. Where was I? We saw a little bit of the flashback of when they were sisters. I forgot that they were twins, so that was quite a surprise again. I thought actually that Mai was the older sister, but Maki is, but only because she was born first. She has a name. It is Takada-chan. Oh, she has a name? I thought she was nameless. You know how much anime I watch? I cannot remember everyone's name after seeing them twice. It's just not going to happen. You know who I'm talking about when I say blonde-haired girl, blue-haired girl, whatever. Will Mai's first love be that tall idol girl? I highly doubt that. Let me quickly look here. I want to see something, sorry. The word I was looking for was not coerced. It's more like threatening her. So blackmail as a verb. Similar words include threaten. So that's more like I was trying to say. He said because he knows that she probably loves her sister, right? So he was trying to threaten her by saying or making her. Because blackmail to me is like when you want someone to do something. So you tell them, okay, I'm going to reveal this information about you, or I'm going to, it's that similar thing, but it's more like a threat. So I was totally talking to Tiago. What did Tiago say? Oh, Takada-chan was the idol. The thick girl. So there's blue-haired girl, blonde girl, and thick idol girl. I'm definitely not going to remember everyone's name. And I'm already 17 episodes in. But yeah, I think the leader tried to threaten her by saying, I'm going to make it difficult for you. I'm going to make it difficult for your sister. And, you know, Maki realized I have power over my own actions. I'm not going to, you know, let someone else. I'm not going to let my clan leader... I'm not going to let his threats get to me. I'm not going to let my sister's guilt tripping get to me. And she's doing her own thing. And I think that Mai could do that too. Hopefully, like I already said during the reaction, this sets up some really good character development potential. You know, no one ever wants every character in every show to be perfect. I don't think there's any characters like that. But you do want your characters to grow. I don't like it. Even if it's character has flaws, for me, the ideal character is a character that is aware of it and is working on it. Their age to me does not... I don't factor, oh, she's 17, she can act the way she wants. Because, well, I started growing up at 17. I started assessing my own actions and thoughts. And Maki is clearly more responsible. Nobara is clearly more responsible. Miwa, whatever her name is. Like, I don't think you get to be like, it's not a get out of jail free card. Oh, you're young, so you can act like a dipshit. You can act like a dipshit, but then, I don't know, take responsibility for that attitude. My problem with Maya is that she seems to be shifting the blame onto her sister, when her sister is literally the best example of what she should be doing. But at this point, she seems to be too weak, mentally, physically, I don't know. But that's fine, but... I hope that she grows, at least. That's all I'm saying. It seems like they're setting up for some growth throughout the series. Despite her, the show has... Where's my seasonals? Despite her, this show has some of the best girls, and I realized that today, of anime that I've seen in a long time. Okay, well, One Piece has some fucking great girls, but it doesn't really focus, it doesn't really give them a lot of time to shine. Especially not recently from what I can remember, but I might be remembering wrong. I was not being literal. I'm pretty sure you understood that I wasn't being literal. Maki's already best girl in my books, says Cherry. Elizabeth, I just noticed that you read the same thing as me before. Nobara is 2 for me. I can't really say that I have a favorite yet. I just think that Nobara is fucking awesome, and I think that Maki is fucking awesome. I like the blonde witch girl. She seems interesting. I like her little attitude about being cute and being strong. I'm looking forward to Mai's growth. I like that woman with the braid. This show really has a lot of interesting... Wait, are you in the Fishman arc now? Yes. They can't force her to be anything if Maki had the choice to leave. They were trying to force Maki not to be a Jujutsu sorcerer, and Maki left because she knows that they can't force her. And so you can't say that Mai was forced because she has the choice to leave. She could, like, I bet you, I think I said this during the reaction video, Miwas is working hard by herself to take care of her and like a younger brother or 2 younger brothers, I don't know. You can't tell me that Mai couldn't swallow her pride and go to Maki and ask her, listen, the family expects me to do this and that. I want to also not be part of the family. No, she wants to live this life. I don't know, she said it's this easy life. And maybe it would be too difficult to leave the family because then you have to work hard to put a roof over your head and whatnot. So I don't know what is her train of thought, but in my mind, they're not forcing her to do shit. They're saying that she doesn't have a choice, but she has a choice. Because if Maki could leave, she can leave. So that's not gonna be an excuse for me. I'm hoping that she grows a fucking pair. And stops blaming her sister for her shitty life. So if she wants to live a different life, then she can choose to live a different life. But at this point, she's blame shifting, and that is annoying to me. If I had to score the episode, let's just start there, because for me, the reason I don't like Mai's attitude is that when Maki, who had... sorry, I'll read it loudly. The reason I don't like Mai's attitude is that when Maki, who had the same upbringing as her, Maki decided to step up and change her life and not be a servant. Then Mai believes that she is expected to do the same just because her sister did so. If she wanted to stay at the bottom and be a servant, she could have just remained and not let others' expectations influence her as Maki did. Mai should not judge Maki's decision just because it wasn't the same as hers, so I agree with you, Katie. I would have, even if she... Wait, let's try this again. I would be more understanding if she was blaming her parents or the people forcing her, whoever in her mind is forcing her to become a Jujutsu sorcerer. I would be more understanding. Not gonna help her. Would still not be the most productive thing to do, blaming others. But I would at least be more understanding. But she's not blaming them. She's blaming her sister when her sister is the best example of what she can do, what is possible for her life. But I do understand that she is projecting. She hates herself for not being strong. She's jealous of her sister, and that's why she's blaming her sister. And that's why I am not going to be like, oh, it's fine, you're 17. She knows what she's doing. She's just too weak to admit it to herself. And until someone sits her down and tells her your life is not going to change until you start loving yourself as you are, making your own decisions, she's not going to become a better person. You know, life could get so bad that she has to... When you hit rock bottom, you might then realize, like, I have no choice but to take responsibility for my own actions, my own attitude. And if everyone around her, if she herself wants to wait until she gets to rock bottom, Okay, fine. But eventually you're going to have to grow. But if someone can just sit her down, if her own sister even, but sometimes it's difficult to do with family because you don't really want to hear that from family. But someone at some point needs to sit her down and say, you're responsible for your actions. You're responsible for where you are. As easy as it is to blame others, it's not going to help you. So you have to take responsibility. And I think then her life could really turn around. And she doesn't have to have the same dreams as her sister. She doesn't have to walk the same path, or like she could do whatever she wants. But at this point it seems to me like she just wanted to live a comfortable little life, make sure there's a roof over their head, she has food to eat, she can wear nice shoes every now and then. I don't know what they get in that family as servants, but she just wanted that, and Maki wasn't okay with that. And like, I'm sorry, but you can get out of that. You don't have to be a sorcerer. You can go if that Miwa girl is working hard to take care of herself and her siblings, you want to tell me you can't take care of yourself? Wouldn't be the easiest thing to do, but be a servant or work hard, take care of yourself. But now it seems like her option is taken away. She's not allowed to be a servant. She has to match up with her sister. So it's like either be a Jujutsu sorcerer or, leave the family and go work hard for yourself to put a roof over your head and food in your belly. I don't know. So, but she still has a choice. And that's like what I'm trying to get at. Like, the choice is hers. But she's not blaming, life or her family. She's blaming her sister. And I know that she doesn't mean it. It's just scapegoat. And I know that it doesn't bother Maki, so at least that makes me feel better, because I know if I was in Maki's shoes, I would probably have let that hold me back. 5 years ago, maybe. Like, now, no. So, I don't like people that drag others down with them. That's just... But, I mean, there's definitely people that... I don't know. It's like, not like I'm saying she's a villain or a terrible, horrible, like, irredeemable character. I don't think anyone said that. But she can't say like that. The only way she's going to grow is if someone looks her in her face and says... But now she has this little friend surrounding her. Ooh, the blondie. Oh my, your life is so sad. Oh, shame. No one understands what you're going through. You can't be pretty. You can't be strong. Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, just strokes her victim mentality. Like, oh, yes. Oh, so sad. It's all my sister's fault. No, 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 no. And where does that get her? Exactly where she is. Don't think it's very helpful. I really like that scene when they're holding hands. Maya's really the only one holding Maki's hand. What do you mean? What do you mean Maya's the only one holding Maki's hand? I think if I was in Maki's shoes, I'd feel really guilty. I'm glad she doesn't let it get her down. Exactly. That's why it pisses me off a lot, because I know, like, even 3 years ago, I know that would have made me feel so terrible about myself. So terrible. I think the blonde girl is accountable also a little bit. Accountable? Oh, I was busy trying to score, but then I got caught up in this conversation. But I want to say I understand where people are coming from. About trying to defend because you're basically the blonde girl, but I don't think that helps her. Like, no one is saying she should go to prison for being a bad sister, but she's kind of being a bad sister. Or, not like everything about her is being a bad sister. I think she really cares about her sister, but I think right now her jealousy is getting the better of her. And she's not willing to admit it to herself yet. But at some point she has to. She's not 9. She's not 10. Like... Personally, I'm not really a psychologist or anything. I don't know when your brain develops accountability, but for me, I feel like from 14, you need to start as adults, we need to start teaching kids about, even at a younger age, you need to start teaching kids about accountability. Because otherwise they're going to become really shitty adults. Because it's harder to learn it later. And I think it's a little bit late for her to now learn. I mean, if Maki could have learned it with her, they had the same upbringing, the same life. So my point is just that she should be willing to learn this by now. I don't know. Nox, if you want to continue because I'm trying to understand, like, I get the defense side, but I also don't get it because how's that going to help her? For me, best girls is Fairy Tail, Jujutsu Kaisen, Fire Force, and I like Black Clover too. I can't think of some other shows right now. I just don't think it bothers me. I, of course, think she's being a bad sister and she needs to better herself. I just think that she will mend the issue at some point, so I'm more excited about the idea of her fixing her plight than being vexed by her flaws. So basically what you're saying is, but I don't understand it then. Like, you're saying, you're right, but it doesn't bother me. But I mean, well, here I am meant to give my reviews and review characters, and like I already said, I said the same as you. I said I do expect there to be development. When a character has bigger flaws, it's only potential for them to grow, and that can make them only so much more lovable later. So basically what you're saying is you feel the exact same, except that I'm more vocal about it because, well, I'm the reviewer. Because then I kind of don't understand. There's no conversation really to be had. Because it's just two people agreeing with each other. I'm just a reviewer, so obviously I'll be more vocal about it because I'm here to review, right? Now that you guys are talking about other strong girls, I might be not thinking of a few. Like, I might be overlooking some really good girls. Let's see. I'm specifically thinking about shonen though. Because Jujutsu Kaisen is a shonen, right? Action drama, supernatural. Oh yeah, shonen. Attack on Titan has some nice girls. My Hero Academia has some good girls, but they don't really have moments like. Am I forgetting? Like, they have maybe one or two scenes, but this was something different. I don't know. Hunter x Hunter doesn't have girls. I mean, that has one. Nezuko had some badass moments. True scenes. But I mean, even without words, but yeah, she had, but that's one girl. I mean, most of these shows have good girls, but this was like something else. I don't know. But most of these shows have, like, I mean, Nami and Robin from One Piece, fucking amazing girls. It's just that, I don't know, this just stood out to me so much. Fairy Tail has amazing girls. Freaking Erza, love her. It's very hard to explain. Or maybe I'm in that hype moment now where I'm just like, ah. It's not that I want you to be disagreeable, Nox. It's just that you sounded like you were disagreeing with me while I was vocalizing my opinion. And then I wanted to have the conversation, but then you're like, no, I feel the same way. I just don't feel as strongly about it. So it's like, it felt like you were telling me, I don't really understand. Like, it was, what was there? I don't know. Because, you know, it's my job to review, right? So it's like you're taking a jab at me feeling something about a character and saying, I think Mai's being weak, not dissing. I genuinely think she's feeling insecure. Instead of being pulled by her sister, she's trying to hold the Maki back too. And that bothers me a lot because she's technically trying to harm Maki in the process. Literally trying to harm her in the process. they were fighting. But they both were doing the same thing. I can't see how that does not bother you. Like, I understand why it doesn't bother someone else. It's just that while I was vocalizing my opinion, it feels weird that someone says, I agree with you, but why be so vocal about it? That's what I felt. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because if I could go back and find the first message, it felt like you were setting up, you know, a disagreement, but you just feel the exact same way. You just think I'm being too vocal about it. That's what it feels like. So I don't know. I thought we were going to have a conversation about it, but then all you're saying is like, no, I agree with you. I just don't care as much. Okay. But I do care. Like, for me, this is very important because as a girl, you relate to because of her insecurities. But then you realize that should just hold you back. So then you look towards someone like Nobara and Maki because that's how we should be. Those words, I mean, I know it's all, guys don't watch shows for these reasons maybe, but maybe you do subconsciously. Maybe you look at these shonen protagonists, see them in their weakness, see how they rise above, and you see yourself in that character too. I get that too, but it's even more emphasized when it comes to a girl. You know, Nobara saying, I love myself when I'm pretty, I love myself when I'm strong, and then she's like, I'm fucking, well, she doesn't say I'm fucking Nobara, blah, 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 blah. But that is, how do I say? I don't know if you guys see yourself in shonen characters, but that's what I want to see in myself when I look at Nobara now. You know, that's why I can't really say Maki is my favorite or Nobara is my favorite, because they both have such great qualities. And I just wish, obviously I'm going to feel stronger about it because I'm a girl and I know how girls are. Mai is like how girls are, and girls should stop being that way. Like, if you want to be a small town girl and just live your life as a little servant, fine. No one's saying you can't. But don't for a fuck bring the rest of us down. Like, yeah, I'm going to get worked up about that. You understand what I'm saying? So. Phew. Fucking score. That's what I've been here to do for, like, every time I get distracted by this conversation. I'm probably gonna give it a 9.5. It was so near perfect, and the only drawback is that there wasn't more. I really can't think of like an actual critique. Maybe here and there 2 seconds of visuals could have been, but not really. I don't know why everyone is so focused on Mai holding Maki back. She never did. No, we're not saying she did. We're saying she's trying to, and the only person she's holding back is herself. So, I don't think anyone said Mai is holding Maki back. I literally said, me and the Cherry said, thankfully it doesn't seem like that. Like, Mai is trying to bring her sister down by like blaming her and making her feel guilty, but luckily it doesn't seem like Maki's letting that get to her. -1 point for not giving me a longer episode. They deserve it. I really don't know how to. I'm gonna go with a 9.5 for story, because like it sets up a lot of potential, but it's not that episode when we've seen Mai's growth is gonna feel like when we see this episode sets it up, and that episode's gonna be the 10. Like that could be the 10. Characters 10 for characters. Visuals 9.5. Audio 10. Enjoyment 9.5. So overall 9.7. Maybe I'll just give it an enjoyment a 9.8. Like it's so almost perfectly, but I can enjoy it a little bit more if it was slightly longer. Is this the highest score so far? I think I might have given it 10 before. I can't see, sadly, for some stupid ass reason. I erased the rest. But I think I gave one episode a 10. But the only thing I think that this episode maybe lacked was, you know, it wasn't one of the, in and of itself, what it is, it's technically a perfect episode. But I can't help, because I've seen some other episodes where it was build up, and then it was these moments, and then bam, they deliver on that moment. Those are 10s, and just because of that, I can't give this one a 10. Yeah. And I feel like this only sets up greater moments with these girls. They have set the bar high. Now they need to deliver. So I'm really hoping that they do. Okay. But I'll end the video here at 9.8. Jujutsu Kaisen bumped up to a 9 overall for me. I'm not sure what I have it on right now. I think I do already have it on a 9. Yeah, it's already on a 9 for me. So I do want to add the girls to my favorite list though. I am surprised that my mates, Nobara made such a big impression on me in this episode, considering at the very start I really kind of didn't like her. But now I see, like, she's similar to me, where, and even Nami, where they have these personalities that you don't immediately click with, but once you get to know them, I mean, I didn't like Nami at first, and now I'm fucking wearing a Nami wig. Hello. I had a dream about Nami the other day. I'm not kidding you, and I woke up feeling like, shit, I'm in love with this girl. I'm not joking, and it happened in this week. I went from disliking Nami to literally being in love with her, having dreams of, no, not that kind of dream, Leon. Just like, I don't know, I was like looking over the ocean, and then she was sitting there, and the wind was blowing through her hair, and I was just like, wow. So, yeah, no, I saw those, not those kinds of dreams, not your kind of dreams. Anyway, so that was freaking awesome. Honestly, I should just give this episode a 10, but I'm holding this show to a very high standard. And I know that it can deliver on the standard, so I'm waiting for it too. Because it's done it before, you know what I'm saying? So, okay. That's enough for me. I will see you guys next weekend. If you want to watch live with me, I do watch it on Saturdays. My streams start a little bit earlier these days, between 7:30 and 8. For the first hour, we chill and we chat. And then don't come in here and rush me. Don't come in here and ask me, when are we going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen? Because I'm telling you now, it's the first thing I watch on Saturdays after an hour of chill and chat, okay? Don't rush me. Anyway, thank you for those of you that were here. I will see you next week. Bye.